early retirement is really possible. If you start in your early 20s.
This is Philip. He and his wife Kendra live in New Jersey and have built up a $300,000 net worth. And while he and Kendra still have student loan debt, they're in no rush to pay it off.
We currently have like $42,000 or $43,000 worth of student loan debt. But the reason why we focus on building up our assets is because historically the stock market has returned roughly, I would say like 9 to 12% per year. When you compare that to our student loan debt, where the interest is only 4%, it made sense for us to pay the minimum payments, focus on growing our assets and making up that difference. Other people that might be focused on debt payoff, and that's all they do, but as soon as they pay off their debt, they're starting at zero. We are taking a more balanced approach and we're building up our net worth. And by the time we do pay off our student loan, we're still gonna have that nest egg that's money that's been growing for us.
But life wasn't always so easy. He faced his fair amount of hardships growing up the son of military parents in Houston, Texas.
I had like this fear mentality when it came to money, just based off of, upbringing. I saw my mother go through I would say a pretty rough divorce. I saw her struggle. She would put our AC unit on in our side of that house when it was hot, but she would leave her off just to make sure that the electricity bill wasn't anything crazy. Unfortunately, we never really talked about investing, which is, I think, is that big piece that was kind of missing, especially in the African American community.
Philip went to college and started to learn the ins and outs of investing. After getting his MBA, he landed himself a job at a top financial institution.
So I went to an HBCU called Hampton University. We had this thing called Leadership Application Program, LAP, where pretty much they would bring these executives from various companies to come speak to us. Ultimately, they helped me get the job at Goldman Sachs. Get that first big check. It's like, wow, you go from pretty much being like a broke college student to making a decent amount of money. They definitely work you, they push you. Once you're able to go through a place like Goldman Sachs, I just had that level of confidence where it's like, okay, I can go to any company I want.
When it comes to investing tips, Philip is more than happy to spread the wealth.
I know enough to be dangerous when it comes to this stock stuff. I just want to spread as much knowledge as I can to people who may not be privy to this information. So I created my own platform called Dancy with Money, where pretty much, I'm just helping young millennials or just young professionals in general just think strategically when it comes to their money. I'm really going to the nitty gritty, okay, this is how much money you bring in, this is your expenses, what are your goals, this is how much you can set aside. Maybe you should consider getting a cheaper phone bill in order to invest an extra $50.
We have all been given raises, so
congrats, man.
I will have to reset the budget.
I've helped hundreds of people. Back in 2021, we had a savings challenge where we collectively saved over roughly $1.5 million as a group. Also helping them realize that early retirement is really possible. If you start in your early 20s, hey, it might not be in your 30s, but it could be your early 40s or 50s. I think anything is better than 65.
Philip stays committed to investing because he wants to set himself up for early retirement.
Seeing those small baby steps turn into what they are today, it's a great feeling. We're on track to retire by either between 35 or 40 years old. But I joked around, I said I'll probably pick up tennis or learn how to fly a plane or something like that. But I just need a little bit of time to just relax, keep my brain, 110%. I just want to encourage people to be fiscally responsible with their money, but at the same time still have fun. If you're not able to have fun while, paying off debt or investing or just building wealth in general, it's not really worth it. You gotta have fun during the journey.